that's what it looks like from the back. You know, you can see the Explorer. The Explorer would just barely fit on this trailer, but it would fit. Alright, so I'm going to show you my no ramp trailer. This is my my second trailer I have built. The first one I built, I used it for 20 years and I hated it because of the ramps. I had these aluminum ramps that I had to carry, and eventually I modified it to hold the ramps underneath, you know, like under here, yeah, I wasn't satisfied with that, so I built this one. And first thing you notice, it doesn't have fenders, and my other one never had fenders for 20 years. So the only problem is in the rain. If you're towing in the rain, it's going to kick up stuff all over the car that you're towing. And but I generally never had to tow in the rain. So, but the one thing I wanted to show, the other problem I've always had with my trailers is the tail lights. They always break. So in this one, you can run into them and it's not going to hurt it. So basically it's the rubber molding, and then I've got some polycarbonate plastic, and it's just screwed on. And I've broken this plastic once, so even that is not immune to breaking. Then I replaced it on this side. So that also allows the back, which drops all the way down, and allows these things to sit on the ground. So and then you'll see that it hinges. That's the key to this whole thing, is that the axle is on the front half of the trailer. It's permanently, you know, attached, and it sits pretty low because these are torsion bar axles. These are from my original 20-year-old trailer. I just moved them over, and I put the second one on even though I never use it. I've used it once when I took a long trip, because I had basically a spare tire. So I don't even have the bearing on this side. So yeah, it basically, the axle is solid onto the front half, and then the back half is what folds down, and the fold is held in place with these pins, and it hinges on the bolt here. There's two of them, one on each side of what I would call the ramp here. So this ramp is raised and lowered by a scissor jack that's powered by a winch motor. So I made this setup. I took the same winch motor that I used for the trailer, and I welded it onto the scissor jack. And the advantage of that is that I can use the same winch control for that motor as I use for this. So this is the winch motor I use to pull dead cars up onto the trailer, which this is one of them. There's no battery in this Prius right now. So yeah, there's a connection here to the controller, and then there's a connection here to the controller for the scissor jack in the back. So, and the other thing is I found that I can use these RC car battery packs, put two of them in parallel, and you get about 17, 18 volts. So here's the controller. It's just the normal controller for the winch, but then I changed the motor connection to use an RC high current RC connector. So we can just plug this into there and then put the power onto the battery side of the connector. And now I'm just going to use this. This is actually a jumper pack. That's what I use it to jump a car. So I can just plug those on. Let me go get the controller. Alright, so we got the jumper pack hooked up to the controller box. That's plugged into the scissor jack in the back. I found the remote, and so I turn that on. Now I'm going to raise it up and raise the back of this up. So you'll see how loud it is. It's pretty loud, just like the jack, just like the winch is. It's going to go down. So now it's starting to raise up the platform. So I'm going to take these pins out, and I just basically I keep raising it until the pins loosen up. And so yeah, I just raise it up until these pull out. Usually one side comes up before the other one. This side, yeah, it's loose. Alright, so got that pin out, and now I can lower the back down. So. Just use the jack to lower it down to the ground. While I was doing that, I can undo these straps. So, it's a little slow. I'm going to undo these straps. They're kind of holding them up as well. Am I recording? I'm still recording. So while this is coming down, I'll say that this is a pretty small trailer as trailers go for cars. It's really made for smaller cars. I couldn't fit an F-250 on this. But one of the issues is the tire. See that, how it hits the door. So you can't lower the... You can't open the door, which actually, if you raise up the back as high as it'll go, it'll actually help clear the door. I should probably show that, but it takes a long time. But now I need to undo the brake in there. It's on the ground. See the lights? Okay, so there you go. It's on the ground. Now all I gotta do is roll it off. Okay. Undid the brake. So now I gotta switch the winch control back to the winch instead of the scissor jack. Alright, so we'll just roll it off now. there you go. Car is off the ground. I mean, off the trailer. So yeah, you can see this is the scissor jack, and I got the wire running up front, and so I pretty much built this back part. This front part was off of a equipment trailer that I got at auction. So you can see I widened it by adding this piece, although the tires pretty much sit right on the strength piece. So yeah, and dual axles, although nothing's hooked up on this one. So I weighed this trailer and it's 960 pounds. So that is relatively light. That's a pretty lightweight trailer for dual axles. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm so glad not to have to carry ramps anymore. Alright, well, I'm not sure what else there is to show you. I changed this winch over. So I had to go get a big battery. Changed this winch over to use the the rope, and it still seems to have the same problem I had with the cable, and there it all winds up and ends up getting behind this spool and getting all caught in there, and that just happened with this too, because I'm pulling from one side instead of pulling it from the middle. But so yeah, they need to come up with a solution to that problem. Maybe maybe I could scoot this over a little bit, but then it will get caught on this side, right? Yeah, there needs to be a better solution to that problem. But so yeah, this scissor jack thing works, and like I said, I can use the same remote for both of them. It's a little slow. It might be better to have like a hydraulic pump. I mean, you can use a floor jack. That's, this one broke on me because I made a mistake when I first put it together, and when it was fully extended, it bent the crap out of the bar, out of the screw. But I kept using it until it broke. But after it broke, I could just use a floor jack. But it's a little difficult to get the floor jack in there when the car's in there, and to get any room to pump the jack. But you could build something into it, so you can like pump it out here instead of like using a regular floor jack. So you customize a jack setup. But this works, and other than being a little noisy and slow, I'm happy with it. All right, well, I think that's it. Haven't really seen any other trailers built like that, and so I hope that helps someone out. I mean, I thought about trying to build these and sell them. I don't know if enough people want them. It's really designed for a small cars, race cars mostly. Very low slung, sits down pretty low, and while it works with two wheels for two axles, it's best with just one. All right. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.